The last Formula One seat, as of the making of this video, is yet to be announced, which is the final Alfa Romeo seat, with the current Mercedes driver Valtteri Bottas replacing fellow Finnish driver, retiree and all-around legend Kimi Raikkonen on a multi-year deal. His teammate for next season is still yet to be confirmed. Many names are being thrown around at who will either keep or take the seat. Antonio Giovinazzi, Guan Yu Zhou, Colton Herta, Teo Pourchaire, Nick de Vries. However, one name I haven't heard an awful lot of in the mix is Formula 2 champion leader Oscar Piastri. Oscar Piastri was born on the 6th of April 2001 in my hometown of Melbourne. He started karting, like every other driver, at the age of 10. He participated in the 2014 Australian National Sprint Kart Championship, in which he finished second in. And before I take a dive into Piastri's life, yes, I know, I'm Australian, and Piastri is my favourite driver in Formula 2, but I'll try not to be as biased as possible. But come on, can his name at least be in discussion for a Formula 1 spot? And although he is certain to take Fernando Alonso's spot at Alpine at the end of the 2022 season, due to him being part of the Alpine Academy, the fact that he isn't even getting a mention this year to take the final Alfa Romeo seat is ridiculous. Coming off back-to-back championship seasons in the Formula Renault Euro Cup and FIA Formula 3, and currently leading the Formula 2 championship with a healthy 36-point lead, the Prema Racing driver is set to take 3 championships in 3 years. Piastri knows how to win championships. And with a few wise words from the great George Russell, consistency is key. The same can't be said about Guan Yu Zhou. I'm aware Zhou won the Formula 3 Asian Championship this year, but besides that, he hasn't had as much winning experience as Piastri. A few weeks back, Guan Yu Zhou looked all but certain to take the second Alfa Romeo seat. But the thought of Zhou just being in Formula 1 for his sponsors doesn't appeal to CEO Frederick Vasseur. Vasseur also isn't in any rush to announce their second driver for 2022, so the longer it waits, the more time Piastri shows what he can do in Formula 2. That's if the next round wasn't in 4 years' time. Although Piastri is unlikely to get the Alfa Romeo seat, he has stated, "I would be extremely surprised if it is me that ends up in the seat." I haven't personally been in any discussions, and there's not been any discussions that I know of. Now, as a Piastri fan, I'm not expecting the seat to go to him, but it is the thought of him not being in Formula 1 due to the timing if he goes on to win the Formula 2 championship. However, Piastri has confessed that "I certainly hope to take part in several sessions next year. I don't really know what the plan is for next year." Obviously, it would be disappointing not to see him at Alfa Romeo next year. But with the addition of the new rule where every team has a certain number of occasions where they'll need to run a young driver in free practice on Friday, I'm definitely down seeing him be the Alpine reserve driver, which pretty much guarantees a spot next year, unlike other drivers who went off to other competitions, Nick de Vries. But that brings me on to my next point. If Piastri goes off somewhere else, it'll seem like he's had an entire career working towards Formula 1 just to be screwed over by the year he graduates Formula 2. However, with the support from mentor Mark Webber and praises from Formula 1 drivers Daniel Ricciardo and Charles Leclerc, I do hope that if Piastri goes off to another competition, it will only be for a year, meaning he'll be back in Formula 1 in 2023. Mark Webber, however, isn't going to give up hope that Piastri won't be on the grid next year. As stated by Webber, it's going to be an interesting few months. Nothing is totally sorted yet. There's still a bit of shenanigans to be sorted out, and that could all fall into his favour. Although I'm still highly doubtful that Piastri won't get the drive, it's always nice hearing that he has a small chance. A downside I haven't mentioned yet for Piastri being in Formula 1 is Fernando Alonso. Alonso's contract is set to expire by the end of next year. However, the way he's driving now shows no signs of him slowing down, especially with performances at Hungary where he finished 4th and Russia where he finished 6th. I like Fernando Alonso, but me totally being non-biased towards the Australian, please retire. Alpine have said that they want to keep Piastri and Piastri wants to stay at Alpine. But if Fernando were to extend his contract, the longer Piastri waits, who knows what might happen. He could lose motivation, leave Alpine. Okay, yes, I'm slightly over-exaggerating, just putting every possible outcome out there. And with that, I've mumbled enough and it's time for you to stop hearing my voice. Although I've got my sights set on Piastri being the Alpine reserve driver next year, a drive with Alfa Romeo for a season would be good for his confidence and help him out a lot for when he steps into the Formula 1 car he has actually tested before. That's going to be it for the video. Please remember to subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Drop a comment down below and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Now back to waiting for Alfa Romeo to announce their driver. Yeah, still hasn't happened.